Friends and family, I would like you to check out blackcommunityspeak.com. Now, blackcommunityspeak.com is a forum-based website, so something that's very simple, where you can get on, you can get off, get involved with a lot of topics. Now, Black Community Speaks is a place that's for black men and women to talk about issues that's affecting the entire community. So on blackcommunityspeak.com, they talk about topics in the range of news, what's going on in society, relationships, technology, business, food and recipes, gaming, health and fitness, music, and many, many more. On Black Community Speak, it's a place where you can be safe to say what you want to say without the fear of big tech censorship. So make sure you head on over to blackcommunityspeak.com and sign up today. Now, as you've seen what happened in Buffalo, New York, and we definitely here in the African Diaspora News channel definitely want to, send our condolences to the 10 families that lost their lives and the 13 other people who was, shot as well in this rampage with this white supremacist. This white supremacist was already known by law enforcement, like all of them are. They're all known, and they do nothing about it. But let an unarmed black man, a black woman, do or say anything, and they dogpiling on this unarmed black man or black woman. They will shoot them down with multiple bullets, being unarmed, but a white supremacist who has a assault weapon, hurting and harming people. The policy from what I see in law enforcement is we don't shoot and kill a white man in a mass shooting. He's allowed to surrender. But a black man, a black woman that don't have a gun, that the policy is to execute them. That's the policy. Because that's what it seems like to me in the years I've been living. How is it that every single white supremacist mass shooter, all of them arrested, and they could be in front of the police with the gun, and the police don't shoot them, but they look at them as, well, he just misguided. He I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? Because they view them as their brother in arms. Because a lot of the white supremacists are in law enforcement. You know that. Even when you look at the picture of when they had arrested this Peyton Gendron guy, those white police look like, man, I really don't want to arrest you like that. But I have to. That's the look they had, if you look at that picture. But let an unarmed black person say or do anything. You see the rage in their eyes. You see the hate. You see them turning red and just doing everything they can to hurt and harm black people. The white supremacist is the greatest threat to the lives of black people worldwide, hands down. The greatest threat. And if any of them telling you that's not true, they are white supremacists themselves. They always going to defend their brethren. Even Biden and them had to admit that the white supremacist is the greatest domestic terror threat in the United States of America. They always try to throw it off on Pookie and Ray Ray. Listen, Pookie and Ray Ray is relegated to certain areas. The white supremacists go everywhere to commit calamity in America. And Peyton Gendron said in his manifesto that all non-white people are the enemy. All non-white people are invaders. This is what Peyton said in the manifesto. So if you're not white, then you are the enemy too. That's why I try to tell my immigrant brothers and sisters, don't come in here thinking that you different and you brand new. Look at Patrick Loyola over there, how they gunned down that brother, the Congolese brother. And that opened up a lot of our black immigrant brothers and sisters' eyes of what's going on. The white supremacist is the greatest threat to the world. Everywhere the white supremacists have gone, he has ruined it. Show me where he has gone and it's made it a beautiful thing. America wouldn't exist without the black man and black woman being slaves building this place up. He was too lazy to build it on his own. You understand? Europe, all of Europe wouldn't exist without black men and black women who were enslaved building that up. He didn't build nothing on his own. And he can't maintain anything on his own. That's why he have to import so many people in to do things, because he can't maintain nothing on his own. He never had to and don't even know how. But black people got to take the white supremacists seriously. And some of you divestors out there that you running around here playing that dangerous game, a lot of you been getting caught up too with these white supremacist zaddies. And when brothers try to tell your silly behind something, you don't believe it until you caught in the thick of it. Some of you have survived it, and some of you haven't. This is not a time to be playing with these white supremacist zaddies when they out here, because you know what? You cannot help their birth rate. Because if they have a kid with you, all that kid is going to be black. That's not going to help their birth rates messing with you. But some of you so rebellious. And like I said, if Zaddy deal with you, at this point, I'm like, let him do it. Because them divestors are quiet right now. Oh, they quiet about Peyton, aren't they? But black people better take this seriously about these white supremacists. They are the greatest threat to your life. The greatest threat. Because they are everywhere. See, Pookie and Ray Ray, you can move away from Pookie and Ray Ray, and you don't want to deal with Pookie and Ray Ray no more. These white supremacists always want to be talking about everybody else and projecting on other people, but they are the threat. Them. They are the threat. And black people better understand that. They are the threat to your life. And you got to keep the conversation on white supremacy, not Democrat, not Republican, not liberal, not conservative, not left wing, not right wing. That is terms to deceive you, finesse you, and distract you. It's white supremacy, because both of them benefit off of white supremacy. And both of them don't want white supremacy to go. Why don't you go ask even your rank and file Democrat, hey, do you want to see the ending of white supremacy? Do you want to see white supremacy end? I'm not talking about white supremacists. No. White supremacy, global white supremacy. You want to see it end and you be equal, we all on the equal playing field as a people? Most of them don't want to see white supremacy go, folks. That's the hard thing that you don't understand, especially by those that you believe is your friends as Democrats. You really think that they not investing in white supremacy. Biden's invested into it. Biden said, if you remember, he said that their population by 2050, they're going to be the minority. He said, and America's going to be doomed. Biden said that. That sounds like Tucker Carlson and old Peyton here. Biden said that. He said it. Well, we know, if you know Biden's history, he's no different than them. Now, he's not going to take the actions that Peyton would take, but he's worse because he put out a crime bill. And that crime bill that came out hurt the black community way more than anything else. When they put in that crime bill, that caused a single parent household right then and there. Because we didn't really have a mass single parent household until that crime bill came in. That's why we're in the position that we in as black people. I told you, everything that's wrong with black America, you could always trace it right back to the white supremacists. Whether it's a white supremacist politician, white supremacist police, or whatever. You could always trace it right back to them. I'm telling you, every problem in America, you could trace it right back to them because they running it. They control it. You can't point to black people for nothing. The crack epidemic, it traced right back to them. They drive that mess off in our communities. You talking about guns and all that. It traced right back to them. They the one manufacture it. I told y'all in the podcast, I had told y'all the recent one, The Mind of a Devil. Go listen to that podcast. Everything is on them. And you need to tell them it's your fault why the country screwed up. It's your fault why the food is horrible. It's your fault why the environment is horrible. Everything that's bad in this country is your fault because you run it. We don't run it. We don't run crap. We don't run no cities. We don't run no states. We don't even have a black governor. We don't even have that. You make sure of that. But black people, you better get your act together and stop playing around. The white supremacist is the greatest threat to your life, as you can see in Buffalo. You always want to turn up. You always want to get blazed, get high, smoking your tweeds and your Black and Miles and everything else that you want to do. Until them white supremacists show up with that Bushmaster rifle at your behind, then you want to start taking it serious. Take it serious, folks. If you're going to live in America, take it serious. Now, I'm a firm believer of having options. Get your passport, start moving around, go to the Caribbean, go to the continent of Africa, make friends, make connections. If you want to be here, fine, no problem. I ain't telling you what to do. If you say, look, I'm done with that, I'm sick of that, I don't want to be around these white supremacists no more, I'm out. I don't fault you for that either. Because I will never tell black people that you need to deal with white supremacists to the day you die. What kind of life is that? It's a time that you got to check out. And you'll sit up here waiting for them to do whatever they're going to do. Now, you feel like you want to deal with these people and fight and all that, no problem either. Do that. Somebody need to. But leave me a comment, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think about, this particular commentary. The white supremacist is the greatest threat to the existence of black people. And remember, Peyton Gendron said, if you are non-white, you are a threat to them. You are not innocent, whatever they do to you, and you are an invader. So that means everybody. Just remember that. The white supremacist is actually a threat to everybody, to be honest with you. He's a threat to himself. But we got to look out for the black community and black media and talk about that, because we will have no other media to look out for us. So definitely keep that in mind.
Living in America as a black person, you recognize there is one set of laws for you and one set of laws for those, especially in the white community. In our book, Passive Aggressive Racism in the System of White Supremacy, I take you through times in my life when I first started noticing white supremacy. We teach you how to recognize it, identify it, and also counter it in our book. This book is a beginner's course for those that are just starting to wake up and open their eyes to see the system of white supremacy. As a black American person, you must understand this system, because this system is life or death to you. How you handle it, how you deal with it, it can affect your mental health if you don't understand this system. Pick up our book, Passive Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy, today on Amazon.